In news from GameStop. So GameStop almost had a sale go through.
And then it got kiboshed.
And then the people that were looking to buy, GameStop hired someone specifically to find a buyer. It's always a good shape your business in when you have to hire someone to find the buyer for you.
Yeah, if you need to buy a hype man, that's...
There you go. So they had a potential buyer, and then it fell away. The deal went through, probably because the buyer said, oh shit, this isn't good shape that we're in here, or what's going on, especially since GameStop has not been very profitable the past few years. Closing, what was that, 150 stores they closed in the past couple of years. Was that a year and a half ago?
I think that was a year ago, yeah. I think there's more closing.
Not good. So they found a new CEO, which is good. New leader, new direction of the company.
Big George George Sherman
used to work for Advanced Auto Parts, so that fits into the gaming world very well.
Verizon Wireless, Advanced Auto Parts, Home Depot, and Target. He knows games.
Okay. So he worked at, he said Best Buy, he worked at Home Depot, he worked at Target as an executive. So he's been with retail store chains, which is good. That's the good news. But we're getting towards digital gaming future more and more. That hurts GameStop bottom line because they don't sell digital games. They might sell cards, but they're not selling a lot of those probably.
But they did sell digital games, but we're going to get to how that's going to change a little bit for them.
Okay. But I don't know how much digital gaming they did, percentage-wise. Sherman acknowledges he's coming on specifically because GameStop needs to change. I'm honored to have the opportunity to lead GameStop, one of the leading and most recognized brands in the video game industry. I bring significant experience working with other retailers that have undergone large, successful transformations and look forward to leveraging GameStop's industry position, history, and brand. Okay, here's the difference. George, can I call you George? Mr. Sherman?
Mr. Sherman.
When you take over Advanced Auto Parts, people still have to buy oil filters and lug nuts and other. I really spark plugs. I know how to change spark plugs.
Coveralls.
I've changed spark plugs. So there's no digital version of spark plugs.
Right.
You have to buy a physical version of it.
Yes.
With video games, it disappears into the ether.
Yeah.
The physical games just flake away, so to speak. Your stock of potential sales goes bye-bye. That doesn't happen at a Target where you can still sell clothes or still sell home goods. That doesn't happen.
Their own brand crinkle cut French fries, which are very delicious.
Sure, it doesn't happen at a Verizon wireless retailer where you can still sell phones and sell your overpriced cases for $25.
Yes,
That cost
these companies have something that is irreplaceable in the physical market.
We can grab it. The Mario Ball. It exists. I can hold it and nurture it and caress it and call it my friend on lonesome Friday nights.
Yeah, weird.
Not that I've done that. So that's the difference here. So this is not the same task for a new CEO to come in to turn this around, but they have a plan, Ian. It's GameStop 2.0.
GameStop 2.0.
Like Matt Hardy version 1. GameStop 2.0. Oh yeah!
I can't remember how.
God, I miss Matt Hardy version 1.
Yep.
It was great. Okay, so they're trying to focus away just from selling, getting people into the store. That's what you want to do. That's what Toys R Us failed to do. We talked about that before. About like you need the experience getting people into the store, getting people in there, not just for your product, a whole experience. And that's what they're trying to do.
So they're going to do it with more TVs.
They're trying to create a GameStop cultural experience.
That sounds awful.
New kinds of stores and more membership programs.
I do not want a cultural experience from my video game store.
Expect a variation on PowerUp Rewards that provides better trade-in and pre-owned game prices. Well, that'll cut into your bottom line, though. So that's your gambit. You're getting more stock. You need more pre-owned games to come in because that's where you make your money.
And this is where I saw it, too. This is where the problem lies. And we keep up on their prices and stuff at Luna. They're doing poorly, but over time they have been slowly bumping up
their used prices.
A little bit on what they would give for it, and we're not talking a lot, but a little
like 10% more.
And it's not. I mean, it's not doing anything. They're still in trouble. I mean, at a certain point, if you start,
you're eating your own tail if you do that, though.
Right.
That cuts into their profits.
And this isn't trying to be pro GameStop, because we were pro Blizzard. And all that.
We're shills.
But
our checks in the mail.
To a degree, yeah, GameStop's buyback policies suck, and what they take back sucks. But we do better than GameStop, but it's still not always what people want. If you buy and sell games for what people want you to buy them from you for, you're never going to make any money. And I'm afraid that if what I'm getting is by watching their prices, if I've already seen them slowly tick up in some of the categories, what more are they going to give? At some point, they're going to be.
They can't double it.
They'll give themselves life for another 2 years, but it's going to end up killing it's going to kill the business in the long run.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to raise prices to such an extent that people are going to go furrow inside their closet to find their old Xbox 360 games to trade them in. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what they're
I'm just saying is if they're spending more money to get
games... Did I say
games...
furrow? Burrow.
If they're spending more money to get physical games in and they can't sell them or they're selling them at such a small profit margin, it's not going to help you.
The digital wave is here. This is what the finger in the dam, finger in the dike, that this is going to stop the wave coming. That's what this is. This is what's funny about this to me, about different types of stores. How much different can your GameStop be?
Well, it's different types of stores and also like more programs. No one wants more programs in their stores. The fact that outright it said that, where the hell was that line?
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. You love the corporate speak. I know you like the corporate speak.
Oh God, no! This article was so hard.
The team has already done extensive strategic work to identify and pursue new customer-centric opportunities that will further expand the culture of gaming in new and exciting ways.
I love gaming culture.
I look forward to leading our associates and believe that we have a tremendous opportunity in front of us to continue to fuel the passion of gamers around the world. Can I call you George?
Yes,
George, George, you're not going to turn around, buddy. You know this is. You're getting a nice salary, and when this gets sold, you're going to get a nice payout. Or if it goes bankrupt, you're going to get a nice payout. That's what's going to happen here. Can I call you George? George, okay. I saw this happen with another company called Blockbuster.
Yep.
And while it wasn't digital directly, it was a Netflix disc mailing service that put them under very quickly. They were only a year and a half behind, or 2 years behind Netflix, and that was it. Because I did market research at one point looking into this stuff. So Blockbuster had grandiose ideas, Ian.
Yes,
you know what one of it was? New store types. They wanted to create entertainment like locations with like kids could come and play in like a ball pit or have rides and things. And not only were they terrible ideas, the amount of capital you need in order to get this stuff going is probably more than you want to look at. Yeah, you can put more TVs in your store, but isn't that then just going back to what Funkoland did? Like, you want to show off the video games in your store? Like, you want to actually have people play the games in the store. Like, yeah, you have demo units, but that was what Funkoland was cool, is that, yeah, you could see all the games playing, you can play them yourself. It's a little too late for this stuff. And even if this was already existing, this would not help the crunch that's coming from the digital gaming world.
It hasn't helped other stores, smaller chains that tried to do this. Like Play and Trade was a big one that used to do that. I believe they had like multiple TVs set up with games you could
try to do that. Is Play and Trade still around at all?
No, Play and Trade is at least not in San Diego.
Yeah, the one that's local, yeah.
But yeah, there were a couple of those smaller chains that tried to do that, and it doesn't do anything for you.
Play and Trade is still in Claremont Mesa.
Oh, really?
They're still permanently closed. I'm sorry. Yeah, they closed. I went in there like 7 years ago.
So here's
I almost bought like a game com from them.
Here's the funny story. They bribed people with free pizza to vote for them for the
Video Game Store Wars in San Diego for the best retailer,
the A10 award or whatever.
Wow.
We won it 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. Then they advertised, come down, get a slice of pizza, vote. So you had to you go get your slice of pizza if you voted for them. They won it that year, proceeded to go out of business 2 months later, and then they never did that award again.
Wow. They ruined the award by shenanigans.
Yep.
Free pizza. All I'm going to say is this. I'm not disparaging this individual, but the guy that used to work at that Play and Trade, I used to see him at the flea market all the time while it was open, then afterwards picking up stuff to sell. Not just game stuff. I don't know if it was stuff for the store. I don't know if it was a franchise location, but it was just interesting to see that. And I went to that store, I think I said the one time, and it was like, wasn't totally empty, but it wasn't a Luna Video Games. It wasn't like, it was like maybe like 15, 20 NES games, not like 150 at Luna.
Sure.
You know, it was not bragging. You know, I like Luna Video Games, 2 locations, Chula Vista, Oklahoma.
That's right. Chula Vista.
But
Uh-huh.
this is not going to extend the life of GameStop. This,
If it does, it's just stringing it along.
no, I'm
mean,
I'm
it's
going on
not.
record right now.
Yeah.
Like before I gave GameStop, I think me and Ian gave GameStop before like 5-6 years. I'm giving GameStop 2 to 3 years,
I think too.
and we're done. We're
I think
tapping
too.
out.
That's what I'm saying. When I say this sort of stuff might like especially if they like start offering more on trade-ins, this stuff might string them along for 2 years, but that's it.
But then they make less profit, and that's how they make
I know.
their profit through. So
That's why they're gonna die in 2 years.
it's bleeding. It's a death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah,
At that point, you might as well just get it over with right now.
a million scratches.
I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad. It's tons of GameStop has employees, but this is just not a This is not a business model that can continue in this day and age. It just can't. Or in very few locations where they just cut down all, like Radio Shack. There's still Radio Shack stores here and there, but they close like 90% of them.
And they sell cell phones.
God, I miss Radio Shack. God, I'm gonna cry.
You're not gonna get the aisles of switches and wire.
I want
and all
my
that,
handheld games and my
all
little.
that fun stuff.
I want my little electronic soundboard little kit.
Oh God, yeah.
That was advertised. All right. Anything else to add? No.
No.
All right, George. George, give us a call. We can try to help you through this, but there's not a lot of options here.